Right, guys, I thought I would do a very simple 6 pip strategy. Right, you're going to take 6 pips um, using just the HA charts. This is for hands, by the way. Hands, Sarge, maybe if you want to have a go at this as well. Right, but also I'll give you a way to be in complete control, hands. Complete, absolute 100% control of a trade. You're not going to let it go against you and lose for 6 pips. You're going to be able to control the trade and decide when and if you're going to get out. Okay, so first of all, just let me show you something, Hans. Right, you will notice from this picture, right, that virtually, ignore the blue line, that's just to imitate the HA line, the coloured line. Okay, so for direction or whatever. But you will notice, Hans, guys, that every trade goes to the opposite BB band. So you would have been thinking up here, opposite BB band, opposite BB band. And these are always, virtually always, 6 pips. Like this one here, this is what I'm saying, where you will be in control, hands, because you would have taken the trade somewhere here on a jazz cross. Okay? And if it doesn't get to the opposite, if your trade hasn't won by the time it gets to the opposite BB band there, okay, close the trade. Okay, if it hasn't won for 6 pips by the time you get their hands and a HA yellow appears there, just close the trade and take whatever you've got. 4, 5, 3, whatever. Right, so you are in total control, hands. Okay? Alright? Right. Like this one here, hands, right? It's not got to the BB band, right? Okay, so momentum turns and you just close it and wait for the next instance, right? And it would have been somewhere here. Gets to the BB band, your trade's won. Generally, there are, more than 6 pips between the BB bands, even on a Monday. Okay, Fridays are a bit different, but sometimes Fridays can be a pain in the ass. Okay, but yeah. So again, hands here, momentum flips on you. Just close it. Wait for your next. You're in total control, hands. All right. Wait for your next. And I'm going to show you a couple of a few recordings, hands here now, where we'll put into action the what I'll show you basically what I actually mean. Okay, I'll start on May the 3rd, some quite far back. Okay, so again, you have to look for a 3-0, hands. You need the 3-0, and what you're looking for is a HA yellow and or the jazz cross, hands, with a 3-0. Right, you can see one quite clearly there. There was one here. Right, it went to the opposite BB band. If you get in there, hands, on that, right, would have won before you hit the BB band. Okay, if a HA yellow, if it hadn't won here and a HA yellow appeared against you, close your trade. Take 4, take 5, take 3, whatever. All right, again here, 1-0, 2-0, 3-0. There's a 5 yellow as well. Right, there's the jazz cross with a HA yellow. Bang, opposite BB band, hands. So if you trade again, if your trade hadn't won for 6 pips here, hands, right, you just close it. In fact, you didn't get a HA yellow here, or it doesn't look like you did, so you could have stayed in. The other thing is the white as well. If you don't get a white up, hands, you could have let it win for the 6 anyway. Okay, right, so we're just going to go through a few and just a couple of recordings and just see how this actually pans out, hands. Again, you'll notice how quick it is to get six pips as well, hands. You had a jazz cross here. Okay, 1-0, 2-0, 3-0 down. And I'll tell you now, hands, you will easily get 4 or 5 6 pip trades a day, and then this will help because you will be winning 4 or 5 nil every single day. All right, you're winning 4 or 5 nil every single day. You've got to keep up in your lot size. The other thing to do, Hans and all, right, you can, I'll just pause it there, guys, right, you can ignore the 3 nils. If you're worried about a blue, you just say to yourself, well, I'll wait, or I'll look for a pair that hasn't got the blue. Okay, it looks like we had some news at 8:30 here, so let's just fast forward a bit, and I'll just flicking through just to show you how quick the 6 pippers win, Hans. There was one here, look, HA yellow, 1-0, 2-0, 3-0 down. What I want, Hans, when I'm looking for my jazz crosses, it doesn't matter so much that we're on the HA BB bands. What matters is I'm back in between the MAs on the 5 minute. Okay, you see there that GU, momentum flipped on you, so you might have got out. Okay, you might have got out and said, right, I'll wait, and there. But that was with the blue. You could have ignored that pair. I know you want to only trade one pair, Hans, but sometimes if the GJ's got blues against you, or it doesn't look like a good, or it's not showing you 3 nils, Hans, look at another pair until your UJ does show you the 3 nils. All right, Hans. Guys, and it's a dead simple thing to do this, right, because it's just another way of looking at 5 OL trading, or basically the EMA trading that I've been doing for years. Okay, and you're just looking for the jazz cross. Okay, there's one there. Again, if you haven't won for your 6 pips there, you might have struggled. Well, it went to about 50 or just below 50 by the looks of it. So 62, you probably got that one in. Probably won there. Okay, this goes back in here now. Look for a jazz cross or a HA yellow. You might not get the yellow because you might not be on the HA BB band, but you'll be back in here. Okay, you're back in here. Jazz cross. All right. Nothing saying up. Yes, that you would look at that and say it's done its job from the flipped up to the flipped down 1 hour BB band. Okay, Stephanie, throughout this video, keep an eye on the 4 hour time frame. All right, and well, the LTs, darling, look for these. Look at this, Steph. Flipped down 8 hour BB band here, 1 hour blue. Look at that. That is the kind of thing, Stephanie, that I think you would be better at trading. All right, flip down 8 hour BB band there, flip down 15 minute BB band, 5 minute yellow, Steph. Definite 20 pipper, was it there? Yep, below 25, so would have got a 20 pipper in there, Steph. And then a pull back in here, and perhaps another one there. Okay, but again, it'll have gone back to the 15 minute orange line there, Steph. Alright, but anyway, back on with this, Hans. Okay, so again, we'll just flick on a little bit. I don't want to go too far. Oh, God. They are. Hans. See it? Jazz cross. There. Back in here. Easy 6 pip winner. Hans. You're not waiting for momentum. You're using the jazz cross. There are 3 kind of entries I look for, guys. HA yellow with the 3-0. Momentum with the 3-0. Or jazz cross with the 3-0. Okay, these reds are gone now, so I think it's clearer now when you're just looking for HA yellows or HA whites, or this jazz cross, rather than these that can be a bit fakish from time to time. But anyway, Hans, you're 2-0. You're 2-0 already, Hans. Okay, 1, 2, 3-0, and you've already won 2 6 pip trades, Hans. And again, Hans, as I keep saying here, it's like if you're still in this trade and it hasn't won, and that HA yellow appears, you just close your trade. But you'll notice, as I pointed out in that picture before, right, that the trades go from HABB band to HABB band. If it doesn't, and momentum flips before it does that, like this one here, Hans, even though you shouldn't have been taking it because it was an up, right? Momentum flipped on you there, just close it, Hans. Just close it. Just say, no, I'll take a couple of pip loss or a couple of pip win rather than 6, 8 pip loss. Alright, mate, because if your trade hasn't won, hasn't gone to the opposite BB band and it hasn't won by then the chances are, right, that it's going to bounce. Alright, but you'll notice probably 10 times out of 10 that they will go to the BB band if you've got the right setup. Okay, now, a lot of the time it'll have won well. Your trade will have won well before you get to that BB band, Hans. Okay, so we're just going to flip through, Hans, and we'll see. You know, you're like 1-0, 2-0 already. Just on your UJ. Oops. Another one there, Hans. Look, just cross here. Look, gone to the opposite BB band. That's 10 pips already, right? So even if, you know, you got in there, say 50, it's 42. You see it? So that's already won, Hans. That's already won. 6 pips. You're 3-0. 3-0, mate. There's no blue here. I know there's a 5-minute here, but there's no blue. If there was a blue, it can do one of two things. It can do what that's done there, okay? Or it can just be a bigger pullback, depending on the size of, you know, the trend you're going against. And since this, I know there's this down here, right? I noticed it before, right? But there's no 15 blue. Okay, so at some point that might kick in, right? But at the moment, with no 15 blue, and the fact you're only after 6 pips, Hans, you can keep going with it. All right. You know, if you get a red yellow here, it might be different. All right, but there's nothing. There's no 15-minute signal. All right, and the fact that you only want 6 pips, right? Chances are it'll win anyway. Okay, so again, we'll flick on. So that was a 6 pipper. That was a 6 pipper. Look, Hans, another jazz cross. So you might have had the yellow as well there. So in that short period there, Hans, you were in there. You won one there. You won that. So 1, 2, 3. You're 4-0 there, Hans. Inside an hour. You could be done for the day. And that's just taking 6 pip take profits. But you're also in full control, Hans, because these will go to the BB band, and if your trade hasn't won by the time it gets to the BB band, or if momentum flips, or if you get a signal like that and then momentum flips, you just close the trade. Okay. Excuse me. Alright, mate. Right, so again, we'll just flick on. I'll just keep flicking on now and showing you, you know, the 3-0s with this very, very, very simple strategy. Here we go, Hans. Right, look at this here. That's saying 39 where it is. So, what do you reckon for the entry? About 36, shall we say? Knock 3 pips off. 36 entry. It went to 29. So even that little bit there, Hans, went 7 pips. So you probably got your 6 pip winning. If it hadn't won there though, Hans, and that showed up, right, just close it. Take the 5. Take the 4 pips. Take the 5 pips. Alright, you're in total control that way, Hans. The market cannot force you to lose because you are in total control. Okay? And as I say, Hans, it means focusing, you know, on your desired pair, or it means that, you know, you've got to get your wins in. And sometimes, you know, it might not be as simple as this, where price is going back into the 50-minute orange lines. You might have a huge move like that, Hans. And generally, when that happens, I mean, this was news, but generally, when you have a big move, you usually get a bigger pullback. All right, so, and that's something else you'll have to just keep an eye on. But 3-0, 2, 3, Your 4 there, and I'm pretty sure that one won as well. But even if it didn't, you didn't lose anything because you were in control. When that HA yellow turned up, you said, no, I'll close the trade there. Okay, you're back in again here, Hans. Right, let's watch for a jazz cross. Right, there's one. Right, okay, yeah, might spiked a little bit here again, but you're in. Look, let's see what happens here. Did it shoot down first here before it shot up? Looks like there was some kind of news spike on this one. But it did come down. Oh, that's this one, isn't it? Right. So again, Hans, right? You'd have been in there. HA yellow appears before it hit the BB band. Close it. Okay. On that, you might have lost 1 or 2 pips. But you didn't lose 8 or 10 up here. Because you closed it when that appeared. Total control, Hans. Alright, that's what you want. And again, now, you've got a 3-0 down in here. Okay, so this looks like some kind of jazz cross anyway. Probably take this down now. Let's have a look. Oh, there you go, Hans. So you'd have won another there. Do you understand, Hans? I mean, on this particular day, mate, you know, from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 there. Might have to get out a bit early there. 6. You know, inside an hour and a half, Hans, you're 6 and you're done for the day. You're done for the day, mate. At 6, 36 pips. Move on to tomorrow. Knock it on demo. But what you can do, if you know, I know you struggle with focus sometimes. You can either, you know, just have a chin wag in the room or something with the other members. Not me, by the way. Right. Or you can carry on trading. But trade the same way, Hans. You know, you get a blue here. Stop trading. You can see this here. Right. So you get a 15-minute blue, you just say to yourself, whoa, okay, this could turn now. Like it did on the GU here. Alright? And again, I'll just point out to Stephanie, guys. Steph, look. You know, if you... This is the time frame, Stephanie. The 4 hour. You see, like you saw there, the flip down. 8 hour BB band, but you see where it sets it to. 4 hour orange line, 15 blue, Steph, and then there's loads of ways you can trade this. Then Stephanie, you can do a BT like that and then look for the pullback. Bang, 20 pipper, bang, 20 pipper. Or you can, you know, compound it, Steph, and say, right, well, okay then. That was my first, that was my second, 2. But, you know, again, Stephanie, I'm trying to get people to up the lot size. So, you know, you're 2-0, 40 pips every day, and trust me, darling, you are going to up your lot size on a more regular basis when you're 2-0, 40 pips every day than when you're 4-2, 70 pips every day. It's just them 2 losses will hold you back. They will affect your mindset in an adverse way. Okay, right, so again, you know, Hans, will just flip through big time now here, show you. There you go, Hans, another one there, probably another one there, because you're only after 6 pips. Look, any one of these here, Hans, bang, opposite BB band, easily 1 for 6 pips, well, 9, 10 probably there, but you're in here, any of these, it's 1 for 6 pips. Okay, again, we'll flick on. Look, Hans, you know. So, and again, you know, the GU went to 3-0s, and look at it. 1, Hans, 2, 3. There, another jazz cross. Bang, opposite BB band. That's what they do, guys. They go to the opposite BB band. That's what I tried to show you in that last picture. Okay, but again, Hans, with the with total control, with saying to yourself, right, there's a HA yellow against me here, I'll just close it, 3 or 4 pips or whatever, right, mate? You have control, okay? And once you've got control hands, you can't lose. You cannot lose your day once you have control. Yeah, and as I say, hands, I mean, it's 9 o'clock, 8:30, so 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 we said there, 6, 7, 8, maybe 9, maybe that one. I'm not so sure about that. It might not have been on the 5-minute orange line. So at least 7-0 there, hands, if you'd have traded the entire session, right? Just 3 nils with jazz crosses and using a signal at a BB band as your exit if your trade hadn't won for 6 pips. Alright, mate? So I think it's just a simple video, this, Hans, just to give you an idea of how you know, you can take control of your trading and just not allow yourself to lose. By the way, here, then this kicks in. I think that went red yellow then, didn't it? Kicks in here, right? Once rule 2's in play, just stop trading. Down. Okay. You saw it here, look. Once rule 2 was in play, closes above the 15-minute orange line, even though there was a nice move there, just stop trading it. Stephanie, if you're thinking about this, you should have been thinking about that. Okay, because you had the bias, Steph. Daily orange line, bias, 15 blue, closes above 15 orange line, right? Don't try and take any more up. Sorry, don't take that up there. You want the pullback, right? When the pullbacks happen, there it was. I know it's half hour later, right? You nailed that one, Stephanie. And some of these, Steph, depending on the pair, you get it off will give you, you know, GJ in particular. Some of these moves are like 50, 60, 70 pips. And again, Stephanie, look what happened here when rule 2 was in play. Closes below. All right. Took a while for the pullback. As soon as that appeared, bang, all the way down there, dead cert 20, pulls back to the orange line, Stephanie, bang, another 20. Okay, so again, the bias kicked in when rule 2 was in play. Alright, and again, Steph, look, imagine if you're doing the GU and you thought to yourself, well, I'll do the BT because the trend is up. So I don't need to wait for rule 2. I'll just do the BT. There was the BT closed candle. Excuse me, 1-0, 2-0, Steph. 3-0, all 20 pippers. Alright, so, right. Hanzo, let's get you trading. And anybody else who wants to do this as well. It's like, you know, I'm just saying it to Hans because Hans isn't taking enough pips and he's freezing a little bit, but if you use the method that I said about your stop loss today, Hans, then you're in total control, mate, so you can take more trades. Okay, you don't have to freeze up because you know once you're in, you know your exit. Okay, once you've got your exit sorted out, there's no holding your back, hands, because you're not gonna lose a trade again. You might lose a couple of pips, right, but there's no way you will lose 8 or 10 pips again. You've seen how MT is doing, right, and that's basically all MT is doing, Hans. That is all he's doing. He's 10-0 the other day. Okay, he's in control. Okay, another 3-0 here, Hansel, with the jazz cross there. Bang, opposite BB band. Easy 6 pip winner. And this, you know, is in after session. Look, 42. Is that 42 from that one? Yeah. So from there, you might have been 40, maybe 41 from that candle, and it went to 52. So you would have won your 6 pipper somewhere here, Hans. Okay, and then you just look on for your next one. Okay, your CAD was good once the 3-0s got going as well. Yeah, look, another one here. HA BB one, HA yellow, bang, 6 pipper. GU again here, HA yellow, bang, easy 6 pipper. And this is in after session. Alright, Right, so we'll move on. Just one more recording I'll do, because it's pretty simple what I've actually asking you to look for, Hans. You know the 3-nils, right? So basically you're looking for your 3-nils, and all you're doing is you're just using the opposite excuse me guys, opposite HABB band, right, as your stop loss, Hans, if your trade hasn't won for 6 pips by then. Okay, that's it. You know, a HA yellow will appear. You just say, oh, okay, bang, I'll take the 5 and move on to the next trade. All right, mate. Okay, right, so again, we'll just blick through these. Yeah, it starts off messy. Right, so you have to wait for the 3-nils if you're waiting, if you're using your UCAD, your UJ hands, right? If not, look elsewhere. Look at this, 1-0, 2-0, 3-0. Look at these here. Easy 6-pip winner, right? And there's the start of the session. Start, okay? 1-0. Not sure if that one's won there. So you might have had to bail with a few pips because it did, you know, turn momentum. But then again, back in again there. You know, 2-0. Flash. Oof, 3-0. Nice one that as well. But again, 6 pips would have been easy hands. Another one. 4-0. Easy, easy 6 pippers hands these. Alright. Another one coming here now. Did it go down? Yeah. Probably 5-0 there. Maybe even that one there. You know, all you're looking for is the jazz cross there. So you have that one there. If it hasn't won and that appears, close it. 5-pip winner. Right, same here. Right, if that hasn't won for 6 pips there, momentum flips on you, close it. Wait for the next one. There you go. Down here, 1. Alright, that's all you have to do, Hans. Alright, mate. Yep, so again, we'll flick on big time here. And look again, Hans, from when you come in the room, that's 9:30, so that's 9 there. So that would have been your first trade. 1, 2, 3-0, 4-0, maybe 5-0 there, we'll call it. 6-0, this one here. Not sure where it's gone from. 90. Yeah, it's 1 now. 1 now. Look. 79, 78, 80. Yep. So I don't know. 6-0 was that? 7-0 something. Hans. Ooh. Another one. You know. And again, Hans. You know, if it was on the UJ, you'd have had 1, 2, 3, and then you just, you know, obviously, you want a couple more, so you've had to do a bit of overtime, which I'm sure you're not minded about. There you go, Hans, another one there. But the UCAD on this particular day was 3-0 all day, and the amount of 6 pippers you would have won there, Hans, you know, you're easily going to get you 24, 30 pips a day. Alright, and then you just move on. GJ as well, look, oh my god. We did trade this day, we would have had some fun on it. When again, UCAD, look, bang, bang, bang. All 6 pippers, and generally, Hans, most HA trades you'll see is the jazz cross, because basically that was momentum going up, and then this is saying no, momentum's coming down within a minute, within 1 minute candle. Right, so there, momentum turned on a jazz cross. It does it so often, Hans. Look, momentum was going up, and then all of a sudden momentum stopped flashing, and that's what this is saying. It's saying, right, okay, momentum might be turning. Bang. 63, 79, so you had another winner there, Hans. Just that little bit there, you know, another 6-pip winner. Okay, right, Hans. So, you know, I think that might help you out. Obviously, I spoke to Stephanie as well about using the 15-minute time frames. Stephanie, there's only 3 places to take trades from on the 15-minute time frame. Okay, and that's the BB bands, the coloured line and the orange line. Okay, now when you start seeing blues around stuff, they'll win, and that'll be the BB band entries, right? Lack of blues, look at this, lack of blues. 15-minute orange line, 15-minute coloured line, look, bang, bang, bang. And that's it, Stephanie. That is 15 using a 15-minute time frame in a nutshell. Okay. The turning point, Stephanie, will likely, very, very, very likely be here. Okay. So flipped BB bands. All right. And 4-hour orange line. You know, any big time frame, flip BB band or orange line, Stephanie, will be a possible turning point. And again, you know, the coloured line here, look at the 4-hour here, look at this one, stuff. Turning point, bang. Turning point, bang. Okay. So, look, flip down, 4-hour BB band there, stuff. Look at that, bang. Broke the 4-hour orange line here. And maybe you won't see that on your own charts. It'll look like it's there, but you broke the 4-hour orange line. Did you get anything with it? Might have had a 1-hour blue at the time. You definitely had a 15-minute blue. Steph, there you go. Okay, same again here. Look, 4-hour orange line, Stephanie. 15-minute blue. So when we're going through these, Steph, when you ask me about these, you know, to have a look at them, that's kind of what we're going to be looking for. All right. Big time frame flipped BB bands or orange lines and blues. Okay, and again, Stephanie, generally with the trend, you know, when you're going with the trend, you don't always get 1-hour blues. All right, it might be that you get a 15-minute blue. If you're unsure about it, just do the BT method. Let a candle close like that, let it bounce, and then get in. Right, if the flipped BB band, like the GN that you were trading on Friday, is against the trend, which it was, if you remember, right, then use rule 2. Just say, okay then, because it was such a big time frame, Stephanie, right, that it was obviously going to come down. And use rule 2. Let price go below. I mean, it wouldn't have done something like that. It'd have probably, you know, come below. Or at least let it bounce off the 15-minute orange line and then look for a setup. It might be that that setup then is a flip down 5-minute BB band. Okay. Yeah, okay. But as I say, Steph, just ask me about them. We'll go through them and we'll look at them ourselves. Okay. I'll probably have to ask members which pair I can use, because I know Tantric Man's been using the trading the GJ, so it's a bit awkward using that. You know, if nobody's using the UCAD at the time, I'll do it on the UCAD. But anyway, we'll sort it out. All right, Steph. So yeah, Hans, you know, let's see 4-5-0 this week from you. In fact, even tell me any that you got out of early if they didn't make the 6 pip, right? But let me see that. I don't want to see, you know, 11 pips, 12 pips and things like that. Let me see 4 or 5-0, 6 pips a time, Hans, this week, because I promise you, mate, once you get going with this, that is how you will up your lot size, because the trades win that quick. Okay. And anyway, well, let's see how you go on. Let's see how you go on. I'll send this video to MT now. As I say, a simple 6 pip strategy, Hans, with total control. Okay, mate.